Station, where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. All that time. No one else saw. Every sprint in the summer. Think of every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering, is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.
No filters, no suits, just facts on blast.
He seems like no nonsense guy. Like
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Okay, man. What did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now. Marshawn Lattimore's gone, so the defense, look, we're not getting any better.
We break it all down like overtime.
Looking to get it into Smith. What a pass! That's game! Daniel Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness! And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in.
No filters, no fake control. We run the plays, we own the soul.
It's a real year. Like you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks this season. And you're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on by it.
Reading the field like a poet in rhyme.
Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking one.
Oh, let's go!
Oh, no.
Put him in there.
This not
Put him in there.
We see through the hype. Call out the thief.
Watch every game the rest of the season in the NBA.
So don't you go stand in your nose to see that.
You're such a hater.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
For your
You are looking live at Total Time. HG and Caveman back in the house. And it's pretty much the playoff special for the next few weeks to come because the NBA and the NHL are kicking it off. The NHL's been fire. We got a goal from center ice from the Bruins against the Sabres in game 2. They dominated game 2.
I think it's hilarious that Buffalo brought Josh Allen out to get the crowd
dominated,
hyped up for a playoff game. Then they just got mollywopped.
The crowd was hype. In the first period, there was a lot of Sabres chants. Whenever the Bruins had control of the puck, but they just could not hold them. This Canucks and Lightning series, insanely physical. I'm a big fan of what's going on over there. They're usually in a lot of these games where there's a lot of shooters, they build up and get a lot of shots in the first two periods. And these two teams are just duking it out. And Tampa Bay, first two games of the series have not been their best games, but they're tied up 1-1. Carolina got one of the luckiest scenarios to win this game to an overtime that we'll get to. That was insane. Flyers dominating the Penguins right now.
Yeah, it's getting late early for Sidney Crosby, that's for sure.
It sucks. Sucks for the Penguins. Avs are looking good. Overtime win last night.
I'll say, man, the Kings have really been trying to bog down that series, but
they looked good defensively.
That's why the Avalanche were the president's won the President's Trophy, because they can. Yeah, they're a great offense, but when they need to, they can also just play that slow pace game for you.
Dallas and Minnesota been a real physical one as well.
Yeah, that series is going just about the way I thought it was. I can't believe the Wild, man. That was a big dominating win, round one or game one for them. Yeah, but Dallas got back on the following night. Vegas and Utah, man, been a pretty fire series so far as well.
Really offensive. I expected it to be a little similar to like the Lightning and the Canucks series, but this one has been a lot of technical shooting, a lot of good offense where they really slow it down, get set up, and they get their shot on goal that they like. And Utah in game 2 got their first ever Stanley Cup playoffs win, tying up the series. And that game was really good. They had to come back for a majority of the first period. Vegas had control in game 2 until Utah's first power play. They were able to tie it up 1-1. But those have been some good games. If you like offense, there's a whole lot of shooters in the West. So that's really what you're looking for.
Definitely.
Where should we start, though? Because there was some crazy performances in game 2 and some upsets even in game 1 that we saw in the NBA playoffs.
Also,
freaking Nuggets choked a dang 20-point lead. That's one thing.
We'll start with the one series that's only had one game actually go on so far. And that's Edmonton and Anaheim here.
Let's do it.
Edmonton and the Kings, man, finally not squaring off in the playoffs. And I wonder if Edmonton would rather have LA or this young up and coming Anaheim team that played them pretty competitively, man. The Oilers got up to a 2-0 lead at the end of the first period, and then Anaheim had an explosion in the second period, scoring 3 goals. But then Oilers rallied and went on a 2-0 run in the third to close it out and win this game. But yeah, this was an exciting game here. A lot of shots on goal for the Oilers, like we were saying, just a lot of shooters in general here. Kapanen, man, was just hammering the net, man. He got 7 shots and 2 of the goals for the Oilers. So really liked what I saw out of him. And I think that was where Anaheim didn't do a whole lot to help out their goalie. I think when the Oilers were pressuring their defensive zone, he was having to make a lot, like they weren't getting a lot of sticks in the way or deflections. There was a lot. They're getting quite a few good straight line shots. on their goalie. So some and this really seems like, there was some nerves, some jitteriness from Anaheim, and you kind of saw like these runs where they were looking really impressive, and then they would kind of teeter off, and like especially in the second. I mean, they really played a great game in the second period, but they just weren't able to replicate that over the whole game.
They had a good run there in the second period.
Yeah. Yeah, Troy Terry popping in 2 of those goals, one of them on the power play as well, than Leon Carlson getting the other one. But it was Caspery and Jason Dickinson that were leading the charge for Edmonton in this one. So Oilers get a game 1 win, and looks like the next game in this series is going to be tonight on TBS and HBO. It'll be game 2. So yeah, but this was a pretty fun game on Monday.
Game 2 over there. I wonder what caused them to be so behind, because there's a game 3. The Wild and Stars got game 3 tonight, and then there's game 3 in Philly, and
they just didn't have their first game until Monday. I don't know what.
A weird schedule.
Yeah.
Winner of that is going to have like no time off going into the next series.
Yeah, depending on how long that series goes. And, yeah, they would be playing. I mean, there looks like Vegas and Utah is going to be a pretty tight series as well. So, depending on how many games this one goes, I feel like you could see Utah and Vegas go to at least 6.
If Anaheim can get some better numbers on defense, and they were really losing a lot of the battles in the neutral area. Like when their centers were going at it, it's really where they were kind of showing their youth against Edmonton, showing the playoff inexperience. They just couldn't really control the puck as long as the Oilers, and it's a long series, so they still got a chance there to actually work on it. Because I mean, just do what you did in the second period for the entire game, and I think you'll be pretty good. Because they were getting quick goals.
All right, but what series do we go to now, Caveman? Which one do you want to?
Let's just go through the West real quick. Let's go to Vegas and Utah. Been a better series than I expected.
Yeah. So game 1 was favor Vegas, the Golden Knights.
Took over 4-2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Utah they were controlling this game for a good chunk of the first 2 periods. Really, I mean, they were up 1-0 with pretty early. I mean, they scored with like 19:49 to go in the first period, so it was like really quick score. And then yeah, they had to put in another goal around 5:07 left in the second, and Colton Sisson finally got the Knights on the board there. But they the Mammoth kind of just fell apart in the third.
Vegas made it a really physical game.
Did
51 hits, 31 in this game. Once they set the tempo in the third period, it really became a different game for Utah. They didn't really allow that in game 2, which it made it a lot closer. But Nick Dowd sealing it with the game winner. And that was just on a penalty shot to extend it to a 2-goal lead. And Vegas came into the second game with a lot of that momentum riding. They had so much control over the puck on Utah's side of the ice and in the neutral area for good first 4 or 5 minutes of the first period. They scored their first goal of the game, and Utah finally got into their first power play opportunity. And this is after like 5 minutes of 6 straight shots on your goalie in like 2-on-1 situations. They just constantly were on a break. They looked really good to open up this game.
Yeah. The Utah goalie, I'm going to probably butcher his name, but Karel Vejmelka was a little rough early on for him, but man, he really, like, the defense tightened up for Utah there late in the game. And then Vegas still got a couple of good shots on the goal, but he made a couple of fantastic saves and really clipped the momentum of the Golden Knights. And I think this was huge for Utah to get to steal one on the road here.
They were able to.
Home. That'll really give them a good chance to extend this series.
They were able to find a way to finally just contain Ivan Barbashev. So that was their issue early. He got a lot of opportunities where he was just making solo plays. They're like, even if he missed that shot, they're like, it was just all credit to the goalie for even making that save, because he used all their offense really early.
And they've definitely matched the physicality of Vegas. They kind of, like, once Vegas got physical with them in game one, that things sort of fell apart. But in this one, 39 hits versus 33, and you saw with that increased physicality, there were more penalty minutes and there were more power play opportunities for both teams. And Vegas was still the only one that ended up scoring on the power play, but they were, I think, like, Utah was just much more up to the task of matching Vegas's physicality, and sort of, like, because they were getting run, like, you're not getting run over and then, like, letting them get out and run and the free ice and skate. So that was good on them. Dead even on their face-off percentage. Like, it was just much more evenly matched here. And the blocked shots, man, like, really some fantastic defensive efforts by both teams. But
yeah, the goalies were pretty good in this one. And it was that second goal from Utah was actually an own goal. It was blocked off the pad on the right shoulder of let me remind myself of his name, of Carter Hart. He blocked it off the shoulder, stick side with the pad, and Anderson literally kicked it into the goal on the defensive end. Rasmus Anderson just hit right off of his skate, and it was an own goal.
Huh. Yeah, that was I remember that was kind of goofy. But, like, sometimes you just got to get lucky in the playoffs too. There's enough.
They had to play similar
to it.
Literally the same thing happened to them earlier in the regular season, then they lost the game because of it. That was like it was an overtime own goal that just bounced right off his skate. And he was trying to kick it too. He wanted to just get it out of the goalie crease, because Carter Hayes he just was completely laid out at that point. He was already, like, completely out of the play. So if anyone else had gotten a piece of that, it probably would have been a goal anyways. But his attempt to get rid of it and just get it out, it backfired on him.
And ultimately ended up being the difference in this one too, because a 1-goal victory for the Mammoth.
So far, some sweet games there. Headed to Utah though for the next 2 games, and that's good momentum brewing for the Mammoth. So the Zammoth is coming out for the next 2 games of the series. So you better be careful. That's all I gotta say, Vegas. Just be careful.
All right. I mean, it'll be crucial now for them to try to steal one on the road, which
got to take one back.
Reclaim that home ice advantage. Another team that's going to be looking to reclaim home ice is the Dallas Stars, as they got to head to Minnesota to take on the Wild.
Good win in game 2, but let's talk about how they got blanked in game 1.
Yeah, game 1 was ugly.
6-1. Oh, man.
They did not look like they were ready to come out and compete. And this one, I'm not quite sure what was off with them, but they just squandered opportunities, gave up 2 power play goals, nearly 50 hits out of Minnesota. Like, Minnesota just kind of came out and popped them in the mouth, and that was Dallas just didn't seem like they were ready for it. 14 giveaways by the Stars. They only had 8 blocked shots. Like, defensively, they were just not looking very good.
Loving the unselfish play, though, from Minnesota in this game. Every shot, every goal was assisted except for Matt Boldy's empty net at the end of the game when it was just Dallas playing in desperation. Empty net because you're down 4 goals. You want to try and get as many guys out there on offense as possible, but every goal came from an assist. Matt Boldy picked up 1. Kaprizov had 2. Zuccarello got 3 in this game. Heiskanen got 1. Johnston got 1. And everybody was just dishing it to each other. That's what makes this young team much more scary. Like, that's going to help you in these moments. Just puck movement was way better than Dallas in this game.
Yeah. They were just, when they had the Dallas defensive zone, and they were relentless with the pressure. Like you said, the puck movement was great, and they just did a great job of opening up, like, shooting lanes. Dallas it just seemed like couldn't keep up with them in this game. So, I mean, it was huge for them to come in and kind of dominate the way they did in game 1 and steal home ice advantage. But game 2, a little bit different story in Dallas. Not a team that's going to go down quietly.
Can't sleep on them too much.
Much better game from their goalie, Ottinger. 28 saves in this one. And, they were a little bit Dallas was a little bit better with the physicality. And this one, they kind of got their
That's just
back.
Minnesota's identity.
Yeah.
They're always going to have more hits than you. They're always going to have more penalty minutes. You might get more power play opportunities, which does hurt them. But if they can just keep pressure on you like that, then they wear you out.
And that's the thing, is like, if you're going to beat Minnesota, trying to beat them in those power play opportunities is huge. And in this game, 5 power play opportunities for Dallas and 2 goals off of that. So they got 40% percentage right there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was crucial.
Those are the ones you need, like,
for them. And a lot better from Dallas defensively. First, with more blocked shots, so they were, and like less straight on shots on their goalie, so they were getting more deflections and getting in those shooting lanes a little bit better. And then the giveaways that they forced from Minnesota, just they had 5 of their own takeaways, but Minnesota had a lot more giveaways in this one, and it just gave them less opportunities offensively.
Man, I just got like a rivalry brewing with this Dallas team, though, because why has it got to be so many old? Why do we got to have 2 of their best players be guys from the Avs? They got Duchesne and they got freaking Rantanen. Yeah, they literally, I don't even want to watch them play the Avs. It's just going to be a bunch of Avs players out on the ice.
Yeah, it is. And then if they do what they were doing with the Kings series, they had what's his name? Something Collins. Eric Collins. He was on the 2022 championship team. He was like,
oh yeah,
he was down there giving the color commentary for the hockey games. So I mean, it would just be a former Avs.
They're just poaching.
Avs reunion party.
They're just taking all our guys over there. That's why it's like it'll be a big reunion for everybody. But I don't even want to see that rematch.
Yeah.
Way better puck movement though from them. They were able to actually match the passing of Minnesota because Quinn Hughes got active in this one, had 2 assists. Erickson, new name from game 1, also picked up 2 assists in this game. Kaprizov had 3. And Minnesota is just going to smack you in the mouth. And once they get the ball on your side of the ice, they're dishing it around until they have the most open shot. They play really sound for being this young of a team. I like their veteran presence too. Quinn Hughes coming off a good run with Team USA. He was a beast in the Olympics. So
he was, yeah, and he's a great defenseman here for him. But it was Brock Faber for Minnesota getting their only 2 goals, and then Wyatt Johnston, 2 goals for him in this one as well. Was so someone's going to get a hat trick in this series soon. I can feel it. Jason Robertson's goal was really clutch too, though. In the 3rd period, that was huge. They really needed that one to grab some momentum, and also just kind of negated the Faber goal a little bit later, or what, like that wasn't as detrimental to give up after that Robertson goal. But a 1-1 series going back to Minnesota. Man, I mean, I think we said this one was going to go to 7 when we gave our predictions.
definitely still can.
Still feeling like it's that way. I think Dallas, really, they came out really sluggish in that first game. I think they're going to be, like we saw last night, they were a lot more aggressive and a lot more, they were just on the attack more and more physical, looked more playoff ready. And it's a veteran team that is not going to get rattled on the road. That's all I know. It's probably going to go to 7 still. Well, series that might be a sweep still, man. The Avalanche. I got to give credit to the Kings. Their defense has been really good against, I think the Avs finished with the number 1 overall offensive rating in the NHL.
In game 2 is really where they look their best. Because I would say game 1 was it was a slower game, but it was all Avalanche in this one. Like way more shots.
Yep. They
were a little bit more physical, which that's just showing how they've been playing defensively. They're really slowing down the game for us. And it's like the commentary always says during the Avs games that like we're like an actual Avalanche. They've done a really good job at actually containing that and kind of forcing us to have a lot less shots than we really want to early on.
Yeah.
It seems like early in the game, a lot of our offense is like we try to get those like wraparound shots where they go around the back of the net because they've just been so locked down defensively on us.
I think that the Kings have been really trying to avoid like stoppages and having too many face-offs so that the Avs don't have as many opportunities to run set plays, which is where they can get really dangerous. But game 1 was, Lehkonen gets the goal in the second period. O'Connor with the assist from Jack Drury, and the third gives us a 2-0 lead. And then, late into the third period, it was Artemi. God, they just were saying his name last night. I forgot how to pronounce it. Panarin, who's actually scored the only goals for the Kings this series. Got one late, but it was kind of too little too late there. They got Wedgwood getting the start.
And he's a beast.
He's been fantastic.
He definitely deserves it.
Yeah. Like
They're Mackenzie Blackwood, very good. They're both insane goalies, but
the lumberyard, man. So I gotta say, like there's the Avs, man. Like this is they were what, the third biggest cup favorite to entering the postseason, like all time.
I think so.
So they're getting a good test here in round one, though. The Kings really playing them tough, and I mean they had to overcome some adversity last night as we ended up going to overtime. But this was just a slugfest early on. First of all, like I mean, we had like multiple fights break out behind both goals for both teams. I mean, it wasn't just like one or two guys; like it was just full on duel, man. We had guys like in headlocks on the ice, taking shots, and like they're just.
Oh yeah, once it actually got close to the goal is when the game got super physical.
A massive humanity just hitting each other. But the Avalanche saw themselves facing a lot of power play opportunities, and that was where the one goal they gave up did come from. But I mean, a 1-to-5 ratio on power play opportunities, you'll take that. That's been something they've been so good at all year. Is just like killing those power plays and burning it. It's because they have a great ability to just get some speed down the ice and get the puck out of their side. But that goal did come pretty late into the third. And then what the Kings didn't want to happened where the Avs kept getting face-off opportunities in their zone. And pretty shortly after that, it was Landeskog getting a quick goal off the assist from Nekis and Towers to tie it back up. I mean, just a few minutes later.
Yeah, that's only 4 minutes left in the third period, pretty much. Or no, there's even less at the time that it happened then.
Yeah.
And it does show though that they weren't really able to handle the barrage that we had. Like shout out to Anton Forsberg,
dude,
for handling those 34 shots that he saved, dude.
Yeah,
but like the shot difference in this game,
that's
still the puck was still majority on LA's side of the ice.
Right.
They were doing a good job at defending us, but we still, like majority of the time, we did have the advantage.
Dude.
But it's just, that's what is scary. If they're able to turn that a little bit and they up their shots, and they're not focusing as much on defense, like they're able to get the puck onto the other side of the ice, that's where it gets dangerous.
And I think that's why I think the Avs will still end up sweeping here, is because like I mean, like if you were LA, like these were the exact type of games that you were hoping you could force and you would give yourself a chance to win.
They can't even win them.
Yeah, 2-1 type of game like this. But I mean, you look at the trend. Like game one, it was still, slight advantage for the Avs in terms of total shots on goal, and then there was a big jump in the disparity. And I just feel like your defensemen and your goalies, man, like if it's another game or two of this, like eventually the floodgates are gonna open.
Floodgates are gonna open.
I mean, it was a lot of near miss opportunities. Forsberg, credit, man, he played his ass off. He made some incredible saves in this one, but they just like the puck was just living too much on the Kings side of the ice, and
those dudes are gonna be wore out by the next game.
Right.
Game 4, even they might take one. Maybe they'll take game 3, but those dudes are going to be wore out by game 4. And
I mean, especially
seeing this over in 4 games.
Yeah, especially like you can get one, but then I think coming back to Colorado at the altitude after like a grueling series, like if you get one in LA, good, but then I think you come back to like Colorado and we could see like an 8-goal game, something like that. Like it could just get out of control. I don't know if I just don't know if LA can keep playing this way. It feels like the floodgates are so close to opening.
Like
for the Avalanche.
even if you win one, it's like we're still getting ours. That might be like 3-4 final score, or like 4-5 if they end up taking ours. We're still gonna get as many shots. Even if we had 2 goals, we still had 36 shots. So we can play either way.
I feel like the Kings, man, it was like, oh, they finally get a year where they don't have to play the Oilers in round 1, and it's just one of the biggest Cup favorites of all time. One of the greatest Avalanche teams of all time. All right. Should we jump over to the Eastern Conference now?
Let's get these 2 series that are 2-0.
We'll start with
out of the way.
Penguins and Flyers, because that's.
Sorry, Sidney Crosby, man. It's tough. It's tough. I wanted to see you get some more runs in the playoffs. Later part of your career. Same with Ovi. Weird seeing the Capitals not in this playoffs.
It is. But
just haven't been able to handle Philly.
Right. I mean, I think game 1 felt fairly matched. It was a
whole lot of defense.
Yeah, a lot of defense, shots, a lot of physicality from both teams. They were pretty much dead even in terms of hits. Nobody was really able to capitalize on the power play. 5 total opportunities between each team. Nothing really going there. A lot of giveaways from both of these squads. And it was just, it was 1-1 going into the third. So you're like, it was really anyone's game. And I mean, the Flyers rather got those 2 goals like in about a 7-minute stretch, and it really just got away from Pittsburgh there in the third. Yeah, Sanheim and Marteau, those 2 goals in the third period. We're almost able to rally. Got with about 2:11, I think it was, to go in the third. But then they had to go empty net, and the Phillies just really dug in on defense, and or the Flyers, not the Phillies, really just dug in on defense. I don't know. Did you have anything else to add on this game?
It was it was the beginning of a tough run for them, because it built up a lot of momentum going into game 2.
These were both at
the
home.
end of that game. Yeah, they're the higher seed in this series, even though they really didn't even have the better record. They were just in like separate divisions in the Eastern Conference. Yeah. Is the main reason why they were split.
It was a few more overtime losses, which still give you a point.
And we really didn't get to see the defense and the physicality of Philly. I really think that the winner of the next series is somebody that they can really beat.
Yeah.
And the pace that they play at, I really feel like they could slow down Carolina, make that a completely different game for them.
And again, I think it was like the physicality Philly has too. I mean, the hits in this next game, like 48-32.
Yeah, it was just
battering Pittsburgh.
They brought it to them.
And yeah, the Penguins had way more penalty minutes, like nearly 22 more penalty minutes. And despite that, they like 5 power play opportunities. Nobody's been very good at the power play in this one. It hasn't really played a difference, but
their offenses don't really get set when, like, in the power play, you're not really moving. It's a lot of puck movement, and those 4 guys are kind of trying to get in those open windows of the goal. It's 4-on-3 in that moment. Technically 4-on-4 with the goalie, but only 3 guys able to block those lanes for every shooter. So it's kind of like just passing it around the perimeter against the zone in basketball. You're trying to look for that open 3. You just got to keep moving the ball, keep moving the puck. Their offenses are more built on just completely burying a guy into the boards in the corner on defense on your end and getting a great pass down to one of your shooters in a one-on-one opportunity against one of their defensemen.
I will have this, like, Pittsburgh did a decent job of like pressuring the goal, but Valdar just was phenomenal in this one. 27 shots on goal, and he gave up 0. I mean, like, Pittsburgh, you got more shots on goal, but it was, I mean, he was playing out of his mind. And then the defenseman for the Flyers too, like 23 block shots in total. It was, it was just a really good effort. I mean, it was just exceptional defense, and like recovery defense where they just were able to just shut down any momentum that the offense had coming at them. So I don't feel optimistic for the Penguins. It's like I said, they're getting desperate.
I mean, Dan Vladar, though, Flyers goalie, he's building up a report to go into this next series because Carolina's red hot right now. We got to get into this. And the game 2 is really the game that I want to talk about because that moment at the end, it completely stopped the overtime. Either way, Carolina would have won, but it was just the weirdest call I've ever seen in hockey. One of the weirdest calls I've ever seen.
You're talking about the this was the game with that offsides that took away the first goal that they thought they scored.
Yeah, but it wasn't called off. It was called offsides, so the goal didn't count. But there was a penalty on Ottawa for a push in the back. So they got a penalty shot. So they took the goal away, but then it was just a penalty attempt for Carolina, and that ends the game in overtime. So Ottawa really screwed themselves into having a chance at getting the puck back and trying to tie the game back up.
I remember I was trying to flip back between this game and whichever one of the NBA games was on at the time. I think it was the end of the Hawks game, and I was just like so confused. I was like, what is going on here? And well, I guess before we get more into that, a brief summation of game 1 was Carolina punched Ottawa in the mouth. 57 hits. They had 11 block shots, 5 power play opportunities. They won 2-0. Frederick Anderson had 22 saves. Taylor Hall, Logan Stenkov, both with a goal in this one and an assist. So they just complete control of this one. But Ottawa responded nicely to send this one into game 2. But like you said, they kind of screwed themselves out of getting a chance to win.
There was still time left in overtime. And when you're watching it back in the broadcast, none of the commentary and, they have a rules analysis that comes in, like Gene Steratore. He was coming in and breaking down the call, and they weren't even looking at the penalty on Ottawa. They were more looking at whether or not that right wing for Carolina had control of the puck before both of his feet had crossed the blue line. That's all anyone was looking at. And by the time you get down to them scoring the goal is where you see the penalty. So they ended up, that review it's similar to the NBA where you can add calls in on reviewed plays like that. So they took away the goal for the offsides and also called a penalty on the Senators, causing a penalty shot for the Hurricanes.
Just bizarre.
One of the most bizarre sequences I've ever seen in hockey. And it comes in the playoffs too. In an overtime game.
Oh man, who was it that's I'm trying to remember who was it that scored the first one that got overturned?
Hang on.
What was his name? Because it was Martin Nooks. He took the penalty shot, missed it, but then ended up getting the second goal in second overtime to end up winning it. And
It was another guy. It was another guy named Jordan. I'm pretty sure.
I think it might have been the same guy who had his goal taken away, and then he got it back. Or it might have been Jordan Stahl that.
It was Jordan Stahl that had his. That was the one that was taken away. Martinook would have been the guy who assisted him. So they were still reviewing Martinook on that play because he would have been the guy who got the assist. They called offsides on Martinook.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to what's going on with this series while the Knicks are blowing this lead. It was a chaotic,
crazy night.
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes there. I was like, oh my goodness.
It's already crazy enough. It's like we got Jordan passing it to Jordan. It's offsides. Another penalty happens. Goal is taken away. In a double overtime game too. How are you gonna let a call like that happen?
I think Ottawa blew a lot of opportunities in this, though. I mean, you gave up 49 shots on goal. That's not doing your goalie any favor, especially when you have so many face-off wins and you get 3 power play opportunities and you don't score on any of them. And the one power play you have, give up a goal on. And yeah, they will match physicality a little bit better. They had more hits than this one, but I just think too many blown opportunities for Ottawa in this one. They can probably get one, back in Canada, but I think we said Canes in 5 when we initially did this one, and I'm
feeling the sweep now.
Oh, the sweep. Okay.
They're bringing it to them. Carolina's really, really putting it on them.
All right. Well, another Canadian team playing a Southern United States team, Montreal versus Tampa Bay. Been a good series so far as well.
Right there. This one has been really physical. Really liking this series so far. It's what Montreal has been really trying to set the pace, set the tone. Because Tampa Bay is similar to Carolina, where they do want to take a lot of shots, but also on the other end, they really want to be physical with you. Montreal's defense has done a good job at really making this look. It's like 2 of the worst playoff games we've seen from Tampa Bay in a while. And they won game 2. Not been their best performances, which is going to be tough for Montreal because they let Tampa Bay get one. And they kind of want to control the home ice here.
The goalie for Tampa Bay really struggled. Audrey Valavisky, not a great save percentage. Only Canadians only took 19 shots on goal and they scored 4 goals. I don't think in this game, when the puck was in their zone, Tampa Bay did all too great job of defending or getting deflections or blocked shots. And the puck movement, they weren't able to really cut off. So it was just a lot of really good, and pretty open shots on the goal right there. So we really sloppy out of them in this first one. They
Big
got
thing,
absolutely killed in the face-off.
big
Gave up
thing we've been talking about.
3 power play goals.
It was all the one guy, Slavkovsky.
Yeah, he had the hat trick, man.
Three goals, all in power play. Key thing to have in the NHL playoffs. Somebody that is going to be really accurate on the power play.
And I mean, honestly, despite how poorly I felt like Tampa played in this one for a lot of it, they did manage to take it to OT. But yeah,
it's still close.
You'd keep eyes on Slavkovsky because he was just killing you all game. But yeah, all of them in the power play, where all of his goals came from. But then you get, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Going on to game 2, kind of a similar story where I don't think Tampa played all too great for a lot of this one, but we get another overtime goal. The first 2 periods were kind of rough.
Montreal's making this a real slugfest.
Yeah, it was 1-1. Hagel and Lane Hudson each with a goal after the first. You have Josh Anderson picking up his second goal of the series. And then for a while, it was really slow going. 2-1 deficit in the third period. Nikita Kirkov gets the goal with around 8.5 minutes left. And then Tampa Bay did a good job of just, killing time and getting that game into overtime, where they were eventually able to win it. But again, first 2 periods were a little rough out of them, but they definitely looked a lot better, or looking more like the team we saw in the regular season in the third and fourth. Dobes, I mean, despite giving up 3 goals, man, he had 31 saves. I thought he was still fairly good. Velovitsky was a lot better in this one as well. Series is shifting back to Montreal. It's been really physical. I think the Canadians have brought more of the physicality. They've been capitalizing on their opportunities a little bit better. Tampa Bay didn't get just destroyed in the face-offs. In fact, they actually had 3 more wins in this one, and a little more defensive pressure. But man, the Canadians have had some really good defense. 25 blocked shots was.
Yep, it's helping them out because it gets Kucherov going. 1 goal in this one, but he had 5 shots. With the series going on the road, you want your shooters feeling it. And Jake Gensel and Kucherov were able to really get some shots for Montreal or for Tampa Bay. Now that you're going to Montreal, you want your shooters going. Get your offense going.
I gotta say, that was a pretty JJ Moser's goal in overtime.
That was
really good.
That was crazy.
I mean, it was like a crazy assist by Anthony Cirelli, and then I mean, he was just lightning quick with the reaction and tucked it back into the net. Really great shot there. This is going to be an interesting one, man. It's been
Lightning aren't looking like they're on top of the world right now.
So we're going to see how this one goes, but super competitive series there. And then this one, another super competitive series as we wrap up our NHL coverage. We've got the Buffalo Sabres and the Boston Bruins. Game 1, really close matchup here.
4 third period goals from the Sabres in this game. They're making them work for it. Boston plays a real good brand of hockey in the beginning of these games so far. They're really bringing it to them. Game 1, they didn't have too many shots, and it's actually kind of crazy how Buffalo even had to come back in this game. Just looking how they had 18 more shots, almost 20 more hits, a lot less penalty minutes and power play opportunities. Like, it didn't feel like they would be down 3-0 with not too much time left.
I think it was 2-0. Then they went they scored 4. Boston scored 1 more as or close to when time expired, but they were able to hold off. Yeah, I like Buffalo in this series. I feel like has been their best in the third period, which I mean that's how you want to play. And this was just an explosion from them in the fourth quarter, where that was when I think it was pretty evenly matched, but Boston was just squeaking out and converting on more opportunities in the first 2 periods, and then that's when
holy crap,
Buffalo really started to open it up.
So it was 4 in a row. So Elias Lindholm opens it up. First minute of the third period. Nice passes from Passmark and Morgan Geekie set him up. And then Tage Thompson gets back-to-back goals within 3 minutes of each other. Then Matthias Samuelsson. And then Alex Tuck in the empty net later on. And that barely broke the tie with 3 minutes left in the game. No, that's got to be a minute. No, 3:24. 3:24 left. So you finally break the tie with 3:24.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They were really good in this first game, but game 2 was...
It was rough. They were getting styled on.
A little different story.
A freaking...
And see, this is
where... random chip shot from center ice goes in. You got Josh Allen in the building. You got stuff like that happening to you. They're just getting styled on.
It's like he cursed them. It was crazy. Again, they had more. They were a lot better. They had 10 more shots on goal. They didn't get crushed in the face-off wins. They had 6 less, but it was still pretty even. Both had 5 power play opportunities. Nobody really converted. It was pretty even on total penalties and penalty minutes. But I think the big thing here on defensively, 27 blocked shots for the Bruins to just 10 from Buffalo.
They stepped it up defensively.
Yeah.
And they held it together late, too.
Yeah, Buffalo
4
really
goal barrages.
Had a collapse in the second period where this thing got away from them a little bit. Victor
that dude is a freaking beast.
Oh, yeah.
Arvidsson, or whatever his name, that dude's a beast.
Gets the first goal of the game. Morgan Geekie, about 12 minutes later, adds another one. And then Pavel Zacha on the power play scores with about 1:10 left, or 1:50 rather, left in the second. So then you got a 3-0 hole that you got to climb out going into the going into the third. And then Arvidsson just builds it to a 4-0 lead 16 seconds into the third period. And he was insane. So you did see it looked like maybe they were going to get a bit of a comeback going. Bowen, Brian, and Peyton Krebs scored pretty quick succession of each other, but wasn't to be. Buffalo ended up having to make a goalie change because Luukkonen was just having himself a big struggle out there. Only of the 19 shot attempts he defended, he gave up 4 of those. So they went to the Alex Lyon, who did have 7 saves and didn't give up any more goals after that. So it'll be interesting to see if they changed their approach and if that's who they're going to give who's going to get the start here in game 3. But yeah, the Bruins, man, just incredible defense in this one, and they were able to turn it into offense. I mean, Jeremy Swayman, dude. He had 33 saves in this one.
Oh my gosh.
Or 35 shots on goal. And I mean, like that's 33 saves, 27 block shots. Like, it was just, Boston was phenomenal on the defensive end. And now that, like, we saw them get going and have a bit of an, these spurts of offensive explosion, they're going to be on their home ice. Buffalo better be careful. Things could get dangerous here, man. It's a very experienced Bruins team, man. And like guys like Charlie McAvoy haven't even really gotten going for him too. So just imagine, like, he starts to get he starts to get more active out there. It could get real dangerous for Buffalo. They got to be more consistent. They're playing well in the third, but like, they're getting, like, in this game, they just got into too deep of a hole to climb out of. So they gotta try to prevent that and try to score some goals in the other two periods if you can.
They can't be third period. They can't be relying on
all 6 of their goals
turning it up then
in the third period. So you're not going to score 4 goals in the third period every time. Like, that's just not happening. That's going to do it for our round 1 NHL coverage.
Let's take a quick music break.
I was going to say, go on a quick break, come back, and we're going to go, probably going to be NBA until we hit the top of the hour.
Got one clip from us from some college softball coming in. A pretty nice rundown double play. So just showing a pretty sick.
On the line. HG got the stats. No filters, no future. Facts on blast.
Well, stay with us. You're watching till the final whistle. The Military Broadcast Radio.
big, start small, but most of all, start. Whenever things get rough or it feels like you're at the edge, remember this: storms pass.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
All right,
HG got the stats. No filters, no bullshit. On
we're
blast.
back in the house. Let's take a look at this double play here, coming from Indiana softball. It's a nice rundown double play here. Perfect execution. This is also, of course, extra innings. It's out. And that's your last 2 outs you need to get extra innings right there. What a play.
It's poor discipline off the bags. Like, you got to just be staying there. Like, you can't, after all that time where they're going back and forth trying to get that one girl at third out, and you're off.
Why aren't you just staying at second?
Stay at second. What? Like, you're not going anywhere after that. Like, come on now. But
what a play right there. I mean, perfect execution.
It
shows what you work on. Shows what you work on in practice.
Indeed. All right, we're looking at NBA playoffs now. And we got a lot of good action to kind of cover. And we'll start in the East this time, and we'll jump over to the series. That's one of the series that's only had 1 games going, and that is the Orlando Magic. Shocking.
What's going on, man? I'm gonna be honest though. Are you really scared if you're a Pistons fan? Because watching this game, this was kind of just a bad night from your shooters. I don't think, like, Tobias Harris off night, 1 for 7 from 3. Duncan Robinson was okay. Like, Asor Thompson was 3 for 7. This kind of feels like just an off night from your guys. Like, Cade Cunningham wasn't the greatest from 3, but it's not like he was making the wrong reads.
I also think Orlando shot uncharacteristically well.
Yeah, 49%.
I mean, you like
what?
And Paolo was even knocking down some of his 3-pointers.
50%. Yeah. Had 2 of them.
Like, they weren't great from 3 overall as a team, but just I think, like, ultimately from the field, I mean, they were just getting a lot of good looks. And the Pistons looked a little out of sorts defensively. I just don't think that'll, you think, like, Orlando did technically play 2 playoff games already, if we're being honest. Like, the 2 play-in games, that kind of gives you a feel for that playoff atmosphere. They did have to go on the road.
They've been warmed up
for one of those, so it's like I think they're a little more warmed up. Like, the Pistons, I think, will probably get their stuff together. I'm expecting them to win tonight here. I don't think they should be that worried. I think they just, that first playoff game, it can be a little much for some people, and I think for a lot of guys, that was their first playoff game. Cade, Duran, Asar, but you do have some vets like Duncan and Tobias Harris who tried to stay the ship. Like, Tobias kind of, I mean, I hate to say it was kind of just his shooting splits in the playoffs: 5 of 15, 1 of 7 from 3. Not very efficient. I mean, Cade seemed ready for the moment. He just wasn't, like, incredibly efficient, but he scored 39 points. So,
and it was really just a rough night from your shooters.
It was.
Like, if their other guys got to step up. I don't think that Cade and Jalen Duren really had that tough of a time. Aside from the fact that they're throwing whatever bodies they can at Jalen Duren. He's not really getting too much of a break. I'll give like 8 and 7 is them just containing Jalen Duren with everything that they have.
All right. I mean, the Magic do have some good size to throw at him. They're a pretty physical team, which can be a little bit disruptive for you. But I think Detroit can match that physicality. They just didn't do a great job of doing that and disrupting their offense. But like I don't know. There's like I think I see like one of the two things happening here where it's like either somehow the Magic have just finally hit their full potential and they're going to start playing really well, which sucks for Detroit, or the Pistons are going to go on to win like 4 in a row because they're not going to be able to replicate this type of offensive efficiency that they had. I mean, it was I mean, like I'll kind of dismiss their 29% from 3 because they are the team that's super great at shooting the 3, but like got a lot of good numbers from Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bane, Wendell Carter scored 17. Like, Paulo was 8 of 15, and like him taking the jump shots or popping for those threes, like it was a lot of it was falling. So I think that's those are the two ways to see the series going. It's either Orlando's just secretly unlocked the full potential of that team at the right time, or this was a fluke and the Pistons are gonna go on to win.
It's like they're not too deep either, Orlando. So it's really, if they got it figured out with that lineup, that's going to be a crazy run.
All right. Now the team that will be awaiting the winner of that series in round 2
looks like it'll be Cleveland.
Probably the Cleveland Cavaliers,
which kind of sucks. Yeah. But man, we were talking about James Harden. He's been performing.
He has.
He's been performing.
I mean, Cleveland's a veteran team, man. Like these guys are all business. Donovan Mitchell's just a stone cold killer in the playoffs. And then you've got a Raptors team that's missing their starting point guard, Emmanuel Quickly, which I think he might be able to make a difference out there, but it's a lot of youth. I mean, like Brandon Ingram, I think is the only guy that might have like some playoff experience, and it's like how long ago was that?
Hurdle really didn't get going.
No.
It's just kind of showing that they do need some more help inside.
Right. Like, this was a 13-point loss, but it was, I mean, like Cleveland was blowing them out for a good chunk of the third quarter, and even into the fourth. And then it sort of it flipped as they took the foot off the gas and were letting some of their bench guys.
They let deeper into the rotation.
Yeah. I mean, the Cavs were phenomenal from 3, man. 50% from there. I mean, that's just tough to beat when the team shoots like that. Mitchell, Harden, Strus all hit 4. I mean, you're getting great bench minutes from a guy like Strus. Dude, he gave you 24 points in 24 minutes. That's just, I mean, that is just crazy. He's a really underrated 6-man. And then the starting lineup, I think Mobley, he's been playing some pretty fantastic defense on Scotty. Like Scotty only had 21 on like a
they're making it tough
efficient
for him.
6 of 14.
They're eliminating a lot of his shots.
Yeah, kept them off the
rebounds.
Boards.
Yeah, that's what it really was. Scotty Barnes only had 1 rebound. That makes a huge difference. That's what has you winning the rebound battle 33-27.
Yeah.
And that's like a lot of Raptors offense is like Scotty getting the board and seeing what they can do with some pace on the break. Like, well, let's get all these guys going downhill and let's see what happens. Because I mean, RJ Barrett can get up there. You got Jamal Shed. A lot of really insanely athletic guys on this team. You're like, I want Toronto to be freaking good with this lineup and like their roster. Like they're pretty cool.
Dude, Harden was doing exactly what the Cavs needed from him too. 22 points, 10 assists. in this one. I mean, he was making all the right plays, dude. Mobley and Allen look dangerous with him there in the lineup, dude. I mean, all the lob opportunities they got and all the.
He generates like 4 people off of just one pick and roll.
Yeah, I mean, he was crazy. Then they were getting. I mean, first it was like Mobley and Allen were just killing them with lobs and drives to the paint, and so that sucked the Raptors' defense in. And then that's when it started getting away. In the third is all the kickouts to 3, and then they were just knocking them down at such a high clip. That lead really grew. Yeah, and then Mitchell 32, 3 and 4, just as usual. Great scoring self.
And he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it all. It felt like it was last year. Where it felt like he damn near had to get a triple-double every game just for them to win. It's different now.
I'll say this one, I think the Raptors as a team played better. They got a lot more production out of their bench. Like the Cavs bench really was quiet in this one. Strus, was only 6 points in this one, so he wasn't popping off. But, Mobley, Harden, and Mitchell, they just didn't have an answer for. Mobley 25, 8 and 2, Harden 28, 5 and 4, Mitchell 37 and 5. So they were just their big three kind of took over in this game. Even a blocked shot for Mobley. Again, his defense was really good. Scotty did score 26 in this one, so he was getting a little bit better, getting a little bit more to his spot. But then
sometimes he gets switched on to Jared Allen.
Yeah.
And he's able to just kind of run by him.
That was where I think the Raptors were finding some good opportunities with Scott. He was trying to get him switched on to Allen.
Or Dean Wade, too. He can really overpower Dean Wade in the post.
Yeah. So, again, I think the Raptors, man, they just can't keep up with the Cavs from 3. I mean, the Cavs weren't.
Yeah, it's really hard.
They weren't great from 3 in this game, which is why it was kind of closer. I mean, but they had a lot more.
7. They're like,
yeah.
What the heck?
I mean,
they barely made over half the threes.
Cleveland's took 43s in this one, and I mean, it wasn't like they're bad looks all the time either. I mean, they're getting the kickouts. The shots just weren't falling.
They're trying to get threes.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's whether it's Harden and those bigs running the pick and roll, Donovan Mitchell just in isolation getting downhill and attacking, or hitting those kick out threes. And it's just they're attacking the Raptors in so many ways, and it just feels like it's stressing them too much defensively. They're like, if one thing's not working, the Cavs are just able to attack them in another way. And it's just tough because like their better defenders aren't really able to guard Harden and Mitchell, which has been where they've been really getting killed in this one. But even then, they're Mobley's getting a lot of he's either getting switched on a smaller defender or a worse defender, and they're getting Scotty off of him and opening up scoring opportunities for him. So yeah, Toronto just seems pretty overmatched.
And having Jamal Shed, young guy like that, he's going head to head against Donovan Mitchell, running into Evan Mobley, Jared Allen screens all the time. And he really only has help when Scotty's there, because Pirtle can really only get out there and be laterally that quick for so much. He's not going to be like Kevin Love against Steph Curry in the finals, where he's right there for every move. It's not going to be anything like that from Jakob Pirtle. They just got to get a deeper team. I like their rotation pieces. Colin Murray Boyles could honestly potentially be a starter if one day you do want to get rid of RJ Barrett or Emmanuel quickly.
I feel like that might be the move to have him next season for Toronto, is if you're trying to clear cap, like get CMB into your starting lineup and let somebody that's going to want more money.
Because you also need some rotational bigs on this team.
Yeah. Also, Brandon, I just noticed his field goal percentage, 3 of 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could let him walk, he's just like a way less efficient Kevin Durant with a worse 3-ball. That's just what Brandon Ingram is, man.
When you put it like that, it's like, man.
Right.
But it is very true. I see the series now ending in 4.
When he's been like the number one option on the team. I mean, like he was with like the Pelicans for a while. Like it's just like the guy. The Raptors have a good team, but like I just don't think that guy translates to winning basketball. But Toronto is just a pretty well constructed roster. Otherwise, I like Elsa. I'll give him props. He was pretty good in the regular season, but this was kind of what I thought he was going to do in the postseason.
Yeah.
All right, jumping over to Atlanta and New York. This has been a pretty fantastic series.
Knicks took game 2 by 1. What a choke job from the New York Knicks in game 2, but game 1,
they got the victory.
It looked like they controlled it, man. Atlanta with CJ McCollum is just weird. He had 31 in game 2.
Atlanta's a strange case study because it's like it doesn't feel like they really have like a superstar player. I like Jalen Johnson. He wasn't all-star this year. He's a really fantastic player. Is he at that superstar caliber?
It's just been different in the playoffs where, like, CJ McCollum has to take 20 shots.
Yeah. Dude, he's looked good. Knocked down 4 threes in game 1, scored 26. You got 23 out of Jalen. I mean, like, Dyson Daniels was, he didn't take a lot of shots, but he had 11 assists and 9 rebounds. So he was finding other ways to impact the game. Like, it was.
Still got some steals, too.
Honestly, I don't think there was a ton of contributions from the bench. You'd like to see Kuminga maybe be a bit more of a presence off of there, but like 17 from NAW, McCollum, 26, 23 from Johnson, 19 for Okongwu.
The number 2 pick with 2 minutes. What are we doing there? Zachary Ricochet.
Yeah.
Why is he not even like seeing the floor?
He's not really that good.
Like, what are we even doing there?
And I think in this game, though, Atlanta just had a tough time slowing down the Knicks offense. Cat got to the line a lot. 28 and 7, 5 and 7 from Brunson, 25, 8 and 4 from Cat. And a pretty big difference in this one. You got 11 for both Mikal Bridges and Hart. OG Anunoby was really good on Daniels. Like Daniels it was like a lot of Daniels or Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and he was kind of having his way with either of them. Scored like 18 points, 8 rebounds. And it looked like we were kind of going to be in for more of the same in game 2 here. But it was the Knicks had the lead got to what? I'm trying to remember what the largest lead was. Okay, it was
30.
14.
Okay, no, yeah, 14.
It's 14, but then, it looked like again they were firmly in control of this. Like Brunson's a great player and he makes some big clutch shots, but they like just overall like his shooting numbers in the past 2 games haven't been great. And 10 of 26 in this one, did have 29 points. He's kind of got to get to the line a lot. Give Josh Hart credit again. Like you got some solid contribute. Like the whole Knicks starting lineup did pretty good. Mitchell Robinson 13 and 7 off the bench. Josh Hart with a double-double. But in the fourth quarter, I think they played really bad. They were just missing a lot of shots and no answer for CJ McCollum, who dropped 32.
Yep. First 30-point playoff game since I think
he was a Blazer. Probably
it was like 9 years ago. It was, I think, 2017 is what it said.
Yeah.
It's been a while since he's had that big of an impact.
Dude, Kuminga, man, he was much more of an impact player off the bench. Scored 19 points, which ended up playing 35 minutes in this game. So he was getting a lot of extra time despite not starting in this one. Yeah, just he was really impactful. Couple of steals, blocked the shot as well. And just
don't know what happened after that third quarter.
Yeah, dude.
For the Knicks.
I'm not sure. They looked like they were going to be controlling it, but I think this is where it becomes a problem. Like they just started hunting Brunson and getting McCollum was just
attacking him,
torturing him, dude. And then the Knicks were kind of getting careless with the basketball. They had 14 turnovers in this one, but 9 steals, 7 blocked shots. Like when Atlanta started to get out and run, and there are some good defenders on this Knicks team. OG, Mikal Bridges, Hart's a pretty solid defender, but those guys do much better in set defense. And
true.
There's some incredible athletes with great length that when they get running, like Jalen Johnson, Kuminga even, it was just tough for the Knicks to stop that. And so
this still doesn't even make any sense. They led for the entire game until till you're coming down the stretch 2 or 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. It was 66-80 in the third quarter. With 6 minutes left, and Cat just got a tip in right here, just checking the trends in this game, and it looks like they have no chance to win. It even got to the point at one point. It's Atlanta had a 2.9% chance to win the game early in the fourth quarter.
They just kept chipping. It was a steady and gradual kind of comeback, and then it just when it all just kind of popped off in the final 3 minutes, and they just jumped out in front, and then it started going back and forth. But yeah, it was definitely a blink and you can kind of miss it type of comeback. It was I really didn't think the Hawks were going to, and every time I was going back to that game, I was like, man, they're still doesn't feel like they're back in this. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, they're going to win. They got a chance to win. I think the broadcast had some bad information too, where they said after McCollum missed those 2 free throws that they still had a timeout, but they didn't call it. They just brought the ball up the court, and Bridges with 4.7, I believe. And Bridges ended up taking a contested jump shot that would have gotten the win. But yeah, I feel like the broadcast was giving us some bad information because, why would you not call a timeout in that situation?
Yeah.
Got the rebound off the missed.
What you want an inbound play?
Yeah.
Did you want an inbound play to one of your shooters? It was only a 1-point game.
Right.
You don't need a 3.
You got 4 seconds. So it's not like you've got enough time to bring the ball up the court. You got to go.
You can call a timeout right there, and then you can literally have an inbound play, pass it up to somebody up top, and just let them get downhill at the basket from half court. I
don't know. I think we got some bad information in that one.
Celtics and Knicks, though.
Dude.
Or Celtics and 76ers is looking like a great series, though.
First, Philly got absolute BTA in this one, but they shot atrociously. 35 of 90 from the field, 4 of 23 from 3, man.
Yeah, they were a little rattled.
Yeah. They didn't bring their best performance to start. It was just incredibly inefficient. VJ Edgecombe in his first start, he struggled. Tyrese Maxey wasn't great. I think Paul George was solid. I mean, 4 of 8, 17 points. He forced the issue a lot, got himself to the line. So the bench, though, nobody off the bench played all too well.
At least setting the tempo.
Yeah, and it was just like Brown was kind of getting whatever he wanted. He had 26 in this one. Tatum also 25, 11, and 7. I cannot believe how he's playing fresh off an Achilles injury. It was all Boston, 123 to 91. There wasn't much to talk about. Like, Boston just wholeheartedly outplayed them. They knocked down 16 threes, so quadruple the amount of threes that Philly had. But, dude, game 2, different story.
Whole different story. Maxey took over. VJ Edgecombe was the leading scorer at 30.
Right. He was fantastic in this one. Way more efficient. Philly, they can start hitting their threes. They can be dangerous because they've absolutely got the ability to do it. They were 19,
got shooters.
49%. So a drastic jump. They hit 19 in this one, man. Yeah, another 19 points out of Paul George, 29 out of Maxey, 30 out of Edgecombe. Bond has been kind of I mean, he's been playing some solid defense. But honestly, I feel like Drummond's been a better option for him off the bench, and he had 10 points in this one, dude.
I feel like Drummond should get the start over Bona.
10 and 8. I mean, you keep going to Drummond more, and like he's on the floor in clutch situations, in the more important situations. Like, I think he's the starter.
He could at least handle the 30 minutes a game, and you let Bona just develop a little bit more, because he's a younger guy,
right?
I mean, you need a veteran presence against a team like this that I feel like is pretty weak inside. I think Andre Drummond could easily have a nice comfortable day on Kata down low, and it's not like Jason Tatum's really like seems like he ever wants to be on the inside, you know what I mean? And he is their power forward. So it's kind of just one-on-one down there, and get Andre Drummond in the post.
I gotta say,
it just gives you more looks because they do want to shoot a lot of threes.
Oubre did a better job of limiting Tatum in this one, man. And I think Bona and Drummond did also kind of help and take away those drives for Tatum, because his jump shots was a little off in this one, and he was 19, 14, and 9, so he almost had a triple-double. He got 36 out of Jaylen Brown, but like the rest of the guys on the Celtics, really non-existent in this one. I mean, their bench, I think, got outplayed by the Sixers bench. And yeah, those guys, they just weren't knocking down nearly as many shots as they normally do. Still took 53s, but only converted at a 26% clip.
Not nearly as good as Philly was shooting.
Right.
I mean, their offense, when you don't have Embiid and Drummond's coming off your bench, there's going to be more shots outside. It's a really different look for Philly when you don't have Embiid on the floor. And even he's known to stretch it out. He's a shooter as well. So it's different seeing the 76ers offense not really flow through like that Maxey and Embiid and Edgecombe and Embiid pick and roll. It's a lot different. So they're finding ways, especially in game 2, they made it work, and those two guys went off.
I think what's made, like, the Celtics have like some pretty good perimeter defenders and pretty good guys that defensive guards. I mean, Derek White's phenomenal, but Edgecombe and Maxey, their speed's just like on a different level, man.
They're
and it's
so
like
much quicker.
The second like you get them a lane where they just got to get past like a big, I mean, even if it's a guy like Brown and Tatum that's got some good athleticism, and like Kata's incredibly athletic, but they've got an extra gear when it's like when it comes to driving to the basket, man. Like that's like, I mean, like Anthony Edwards is like really the only other guy I can think of that's got that type of speed when it comes to driving to the hoop. That like, and
they
both
really
have
only need one move. Like VJ Edgecombe, I feel like is probably going to become one of the most scary players in the league here pretty soon, because he really only needs one move to get by you. He's that big and strong that he could probably dunk on a lot of bigs in this league with a full head of steam. And he's shooting 6 for 10 from 3 already. So he's a threat from all 3 levels.
A double-double in his first career playoff game, man. He was 30 points and snagged 10 boards. Yeah. He hit 6 threes in this one too. Like the catch and shoot, but also like their ability to just pull up off the dribble. Like you can set that high screen and roll, and they get a little space after their man gets screened, and like the way they can just stop and pop it's dangerous. So I mean, this series just got a whole lot more interesting if this is how the 76ers are going to shoot.
It's a different game now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take a quick music break before we hit the Western Conference over here.
Yeah,
we'll last 20 minutes or so of the show. Maybe we can give a shout out to Hakeem Butler. See who's going crazy. We got to get that guy in the league in the NFL. He's a big, strong dude.
Stay with us. We're going to do a quick music break, and then we'll get the Western Conference playoff.
It's time for a vacation, and Fairway Travels is here to share great specials for you to choose from. Discover the charm and features of one of Sandal's 16 all-inclusive, luxury-included, adults-only resorts. Or a family-friendly beaches destination in the Caribbean. Or how about a couples resort in Jamaica? If cruising's your preference, get Thunderstroke aboard Carnival Cruise Lines or set sail on an award-winning Royal Caribbean ship. Join Virgin Voyages now for a wonderful adults-only sailing. It doesn't matter if you choose to travel by plane, train, automobile, cruise ship, or rowboat, we can help you reach your dream destination. Contact Fairway Travels today at 228-365-1012. That's 228-365-1012. Or email bookitnow247@gmail.com. Fairway Travels, where your journeys keep satisfying.
All right, everyone. We are back. It is still the final whistle. And I think we're going to start with the Nuggets series in the Western Conference playoffs, because that is probably going to take us the longest to get through here. Game 2, we get to that one. Nuggets kind of blew a bit of a lead. Kind of controlled by the officiating there, but that's kind of for me being a Homer fan. And also just not liking the fact that officiating, like, it really sways leads.
Yeah.
It's kind of freaking.
I don't know, man. I feel like we lose a lot more when Tony Brothers is the.
Thank you.
Is the
holy crap, dude?
What's
your beef with us, Tony?
I don't like. I feel that he does not like Jokic. I don't think. It's crazy, man. Those two don't.
He gets fired up. I get it, man.
Yeah. But game 1, we'll start there because that was.
We at least won.
That was great. Yeah.
Game
25, 13, and 11, triple-double for Jokic. Murray, 30 points. Wasn't great shooting from the field. He was 0 of 8 from 3, but his aggression got himself to the line a whole lot. 16 to 16 from the line there.
Good 30 piece.
Yeah. And 30 in back-to-back games. 17 from Gordon, 12 from Cam and CB. And then I think, we just did a really good job of limiting Anthony Edwards. Both of the starting lineups, saw everyone score double digits, 12 from DiVincenzo. Like, everyone's just really, it feels like we're getting the best out of everyone. Ayo DeSumo, 14 off the bench, 16 for McDaniels and Randall. Rudy Gobert had 17 and 10, man. So it's
good for us that they don't have as much length. When they had Nickeil Alexander-Walker and they could run lineups with him, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, And those big long guys that can really move, and those moments where you can just take Rudy Gobert off the floor for a little bit and let him rest up, and you still got athleticism down low to defend and rebound, and it's just length. It limits the perimeter. The Minnesota's a scary defensive team, but it's a different look now. Like after this offseason, after this last offseason, so they got to have Rudy out there a lot more. Naz Reid not getting as many minutes in this one because wasn't super efficient. He was kind of getting cooked a little bit. A lot of that. He got a lot of Jokic's 25. So
we kept getting Randall on Jokic too. So like he was able to kind of back him down. And
one thing I will say, they could have beat us in this game if they kept going to Randall, because he was finding it. They kind of give him the ball in like the high block extended, and they give him a lot of space over there. And he was kind of finding his spots on Christian Brown. Like I feel like they could have won this game if they let him get active more, have a little bit more of this. He wasn't as efficient as normal, but if he had a few more shots, he probably would have got into some rhythm.
Well, lucky for us, they did take game 1, but man, game 2, I mean, like we blew it. I do want I can complain about the refs and everything, but like I mean,
Nuggets blew it.
We blew it. Jokic and Jamal Murray were terrible in the fourth quarter. They played really bad. Rudy Gobert only 2 points, but I think he played fantastic defense on Jokic
in big time moments.
A really inefficient night for uncharacteristically inefficient night for Joker. 8 of 20. Did have 24, 15, and 8 still, but like it felt like he started passing up shots. Another 30 piece from Murray, 37 and 7. But they're just, I mean, it was some questionable decisions down there. We had a lead. I mean, we got all these like 4-point plays, but the Wolves, I mean, just kept battling back. Anthony Edwards, I mean, he just started really attacking. He was just really aggressive driving to the basket. And us not really having a rim protector, not having Peyton Watson out there is just, it hasn't been good, man. Like I don't think we, like in the second half and in the fourth especially, our defense was pretty porous.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Like it just was overall not great. I don't even think like Aaron Gordon or Christian Brown played great defense, and they're supposed to be some of our better defenders. Oh my goodness.
They were much more efficient in this game too. 48%, 41% from 3 too.
Yeah.
They made a lot of shots. Like you were saying, a lot of our big plays were earlier in the game, and like when we had that, I think the most we had was like 17-point lead was our biggest lead in this one. Let me see. 19.
Right.
Nuggets went up 19 at one point in this game.
I mean, it's kind of funny. The first and second quarters were just inverse versions of each other. The Nuggets were up 39-25, and then they got outscored 39-25 in the second. But like I said, I can, I don't like Tony Brothers. I feel like we win a lot less when he's here. But I mean, we still had 30 free throws. The game, I think, free throw wise, was pretty reasonably officiated, and they just kind of blew it. Like we're just especially like Ant, who's just like is such a good guy, so good at attacking the basket, or even like Randall. Like we just didn't really play any good defense on them, and they were a lot better. And also down the stretch, I mean, in clutch, we were terrible in the clutch moments. We weren't hitting shots. That's just what it was. So Jaden McDaniels called our entire team bad defenders. So I hope that lights a fire in them. And then I mean, like if Jokic didn't pass up on that floater, and like he jumped it off the Christian Brown, why didn't he just take that floater? It's like one of those moments. Like I don't know if there was if something he got banged up or something was bothering him, but or if this was just a case of him being too unselfish.
Yeah.
But man, at that moment, why? Like you're the best player on the team. Why don't you take that shot? That was a puzzler. Hopefully we definitely want to steal one at least on the road in Minnesota. We'll bounce back. I mean, I'm not ready to just sing the end of times because it's
still a long series.
It's a long series. I thought this one
game that we could have won
could go to 7. I'm not shocked that this happened. I'm sure we'll get back on them in Minnesota. Probably come back to Denver tied 2-2. That's just how this will probably play out.
Going down 3-1. That's not what we want.
We wouldn't like that.
Can't lose the next 2.
All right, well,
Portland.
Yeah, Portland
took one last night. That was a pretty crazy game. Wemby got injured. Let's flash back to game 1 when he had 35 freaking points.
I think that was
his debut.
That was the record for a Spurs player in their playoff debut, man. 35. He was 5 of 6 from 3. I mean, he did it with the crazy efficiency, 2 block shots as well, 13 to 21, scoring 35. I mean, he was just cooking everybody. Castle and De'Aaron Fox dropping 17 apiece. Castle 17, 7 and 7, man. He was just a super impactful player all night. Devin Vassell gave some great defense. He also blocked 2 shots, scored 15 points.
Damn. They brought out the kitchen sink, dude. Everybody freaking played on the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they were
even if it was just like 1 or 2 minutes, they got out there.
They were going deep into the rotation. Some of those guys just came in for like the final minute when the game was decided, but they were definitely going to it. Robert Williams, Shane Sharp for the Blazers off the bench were really good. 11 and 10 from those guys. Scoot was pretty good. I think he's been a big plus player for them this year. 18 points.
It was a weird thing though. Denny almost matched him, and this game was kind of close. Did you see how many 3-pointers that the Trailblazers took? Kamara was 2 of 5. Denny was 2 of 5. Drew Holiday was 1 of 7. And if those guys were just a little bit more efficient, this game is a lot closer because that's what San Antonio's freaking motto is.
Yeah.
Is just efficiency, dude. 48%, 45% from 3.
I was going to say,
only missed 3 free throws.
I think Denny played pretty up to par to what Wemby did. I mean, 30, 10, and 5 is
pretty much matched him.
Is good. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty similar.
Going at it.
Like guys like Drew Holiday only had 9 points. He did have 11 assists. So I just think Tamari didn't score a lot. Klingon wasn't really all that good. So with just how much extra scoring Wemby got from guys like Fox, Vassell, and Castle, I think that ended up making a big difference there. Yeah, again, he's an alien. You don't really have a lot of options unless your plan is to give him a concussion. Yeah. Which I don't think there was anything necessarily.
No, he just kind of tripped.
He just kind of tripped, but that's just
landed on his face.
Oh,
hard. It was just a hard fall. And usually people fall like that. You don't normally get a concussion, but his head's a lot higher up than a lot of people. It was a long fall, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So him going out helped the Blazers sneak out and steal game 2.
Can't lie though, they denied Denny in this game, and Scoot had to get a playoff career high.
It was wild
31.
that Denny played worse with Wemby not there, because all of Denny's game is he loves the drive to the basket, and he just wasn't. He was just worse. It was just. I mean,
they did a better job at
all right.
stopping the lane before he really got to speed. Because that's his thing. He's like bigger, stronger, and faster than a lot of guys.
Yeah,
he can actually score pretty easily.
But Scoot, we don't want to forget. Scoot was taking 2 picks after Victor Wembanyama. They're in the same draft class, and he played like a 3rd overall pick in this one, man. 31 points on 11 to 17, knocking down 5 threes. He was just like a pure scorer in this one. Klingon was a lot better. Scored 9 points, but I like on the boards, him and Robert Williams and even Kamara really took advantage of Wemby not being out there, and they really cleaned up well. Like Luke Cornett, man, he had 10 and 9. Vassell grabbed 12 boards, but besides that, I think they were really Castle had 7 as well. But like that was really the Blazers just did a much better job of taking some opportunities away and getting those boards. Then the Spurs, a lot less efficient from 3. It's tough to, when a player that demands the attention that Wemby has. It definitely can be tough to change your game plan and play around him not being out there. But they had to do that a decent bit this season and still won 62 games. They just weren't able to win this one. We'll see. Concussion protocol, how long he's going to be out, but this is going to be a crucial couple of games coming up here in Portland. All right, I see we're going Lakers Rockets now.
This has been interesting, man. The defense has been crazy.
Fantastic
for the
Lakers. From the Lakers.
They're looking really, really good, and they don't even have 2 of their leading scorers this season on the floor right now. Missing Reeves, missing Luka.
They still have Luka out there. It's Luka Kennard.
Yeah, seriously. 4. Yeah, how many threes did he make in this game in his 27 bomb?
5. He was 5 of 5 from 3, man.
5 threes.
Dude, like Kennard was a beast. I cannot believe that the Atlanta Hawks thought that Gabe Vincent would be a better player for them than Luke Kennard.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Kennard's been like,
you saw how little Gabe Vincent did for the Lakers. Like, what was the point?
Kennard, dude, is been consistently one of the best 3-point shooters in the league for like years now.
For years. He's just always been on bad teams.
Yeah.
He's on Detroit forever when they couldn't even make the playoffs.
I mean, if you're LA, you got to be just ecstatic that these guys are stepping up and answering the call. Kennard 27, that was huge. DeAndre Ayton, he played well. He played really well game 1.
19 and
he was efficient
for the guy.
8 of 10. He wasn't missing bad shots. And
he wasn't dropping the ball.
He was playing defense, right? Like he didn't have a bunch of stupid turnovers. Still had 3, but it's we'll take what we can get. They weren't like horrible turnovers.
Sometimes the big man just gets ripped on the way up by like a smaller player.
Yeah,
while they're trying to go up.
That's gonna happen. The Lakers didn't take a ton of threes, but they got good looks and knocked down 53% of them. You got 15 out of Smart, 14 out of Hachimura. Old man LeBron, 19, 8, and 13, bro.
They got him going playmaking, and it opened up his scoring a lot, where he was really only seeing one-on-one.
Right. 8 of those assists
everybody else was hitting.
Came in the first quarter, and so
in like that too.
That was like
they were like 30 seconds. That one sequence, he got 8 assists.
Yeah, dude. He was like dishing out so much in the first quarter, and then he said that opened up the scoring because a lot less help defense ended up coming to him.
He was getting one guy. They were playing so good on defense. don't have to worry about no Kevin Durant. It's like, and they were just kind of forcing shots too. Like,
I think the
Ahmed
Rockets
Thompson didn't take a lot of threes, but
their shooting struggles rearing their ugly head, man.
Reed Shepherd wasn't hitting. Jabari Smith 5-14.
All right.
Miss a lot of threes.
Going to go over the game too, where they get Kevin Durant back, and
still
the defense
it kind of looked worse
in the second half on KD was phenomenal, dude. Like Marcus Smart, Hachimura locked him up because he had 20 at halftime, and then he scored 3 points in the second half, and he got clamped. And the Rockets looked a whole lot worse after that happened. Again, it's just like they were a bit better in this one, 40% from the field, but again, the three ball just not really there. And nobody's like the defense of the Lakers just kind of shutting them down. And they get like the playmaking threat from LeBron, and then like the other Lakers knocking down their shots, like Smart hitting 5 threes and having 25 points. Kennard drops another 23. And LeBron, he scores 28. Had that emphatic dunk to kind of put an exclamation point on game 2 in this one.
Got a reverse dunk at 40. Come on now.
Right. So this game's going back to the series is going back to Houston with the Lakers feeling really good. I don't know, Luka, it still seems like probably not until May 1st would be when he comes back. I think that's what I saw in the most recent injury report. But let's see here.
There's not really too much to cover in the Thunder game 1. It was kind of belt to the Suns.
Right. I don't think there's too much to say there.
That's probably going to be a sweep there. Just the Suns had a really good season. Yeah, I was really surprised to even see them in the play-in, and it looks like they actually still got something to build off of. But we'll see what there is to say about Devin Booker staying around there after. I mean, it's been a rough playoffs for him. But again, like not enough people to really lighten the load. He's seen a lot of double teams.
I just also like the Suns role players are just like the Thunder's role players are just so much better. Yeah. So much more skilled than theirs are. So it's just like a lot of the load that Brooks, Booker, and Green have to shoulder. So that's going to probably be BTA series. We'll see if they can shock anybody tonight, but would count on it. All right, well, that's going to do it for another episode until the final whistle here on Military Broadcast Radio. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. More playoffs recaps, and the NFL draft is this weekend. We've got grades to give out. We'll see you guys then.
Let's go.
Take care.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up. Stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans.